General. Wesley Clark is with us. All right, General Clark, look, you know, as someone who's run for president, as someone who's been involved in this, that anytime you're talking about the troops, that a candidate has the potential to fall into to major minefields here. You know, in retrospect, do you think that Obama should have just said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead with this. The Brad Blakemans of the world are going to blast me. I don't need this. I might as well go ahead and continue this visit?
Well, I think Barack Obama played it right, because ultimately I think what he would care about is the troops themselves. And they would not want to be politicized. I know this is being politicized, but Barack Obama saw troops in Afghanistan. He saw troops in Iraq. Even the McCain ad has him playing basketball with the troops, for goodness sake. He saw troops in Kuwait. He saw injured troops. He's been to Walter Reed. So I really think that it's a disingenuous charge by the opponents.
Here's McCain on ABC talking about this issue.
I think people make a judgment by what we do and what we don't do. Certainly found time to do other things. If I had been told by the Pentagon that I couldn't visit those troops and I was there and wanted to be there, I guarantee you there would have been a seismic event.
Brad, wouldn't you even agree, though, there's something disingenuous? I mean, look, let's even for a moment put aside the issue of whether it was a smart political move. But wouldn't you agree there's something disingenuous about McCain suggesting that this shows that Barack Obama doesn't love the troops as much as he does?
I believe Barack Obama loves the troops. I just think he's got a warped sense of judgment and right and wrong. He is the one who wanted to see those troops. This is what he states now. Now he says the Pentagon refused him to go because it would be politicized. This is the first time he's ever listened to the Pentagon. He won't listen to General Petraeus, but somehow he'll listen to the Pentagon when they say, please don't visit the troops. That's nonsense. And John McCain is right. If John McCain was denied by the Pentagon, the first thing John McCain would do was be on a plane to be with those troops.
Here's what the Obama camp, the advisor, is saying about that. All right, Senator Obama did not want to have a trip to see our wounded warriors perceived as a campaign event when his visit was to show his appreciation for our troops, and decided instead not to go.
Dan, how is it a campaign event if the man walks in with the Secret Service and there's no press and no campaign coverage? How is that politicizing the troops to talk to these people without any cameras present?
Jonathan, how is it?
Look, this thing is really clear what's going on here. You've got people in the National Review, for instance, the conservative magazine, telling John McCain, if you don't turn into an attack dog and rip Barack Obama and try to depict him as unpatriotic, you're going to lose. So this is what they urged him on the cover of that magazine. A lot of other Republican strategists are saying the same thing. I happen to think they're wrong. I don't think that's the way for McCain to win, but clearly his campaign has accepted that advice, and they've decided that they have to kind of throw these desperation Hail Mary passes that are not going to help them. It's like the ad they had last week that said that Obama was responsible for the high gas prices. People don't believe these kinds of ads. They know this was a scheduling snafu. They know that there wasn't any horrible judgment here. The horrible judgment is supporting $1 trillion war, which people like me and John McCain did at the time. That's bad judgment, not this.
Let me ask General Clark. Hang on a second. I want to ask General Clark about the Pentagon memo, all right? General Clark, I want to ask you as a military man what you make of this Pentagon memo, and I'm going to read from it. This is the memo about Obama's trip. Because his visit is official only, Senator Obama may not be accompanied by members of his campaign staff. He may only be accompanied by one member of his Senate staff and the appropriate number of security personnel. Senator Obama may not address the media to make a campaign or election-related statement or respond to a campaign or campaign-related event. Fair memo, General?
That's pretty fair, because the truth is that when you're running for office, you don't go to military bases and campaign, unless you're the incumbent president, and you can say you're the commander-in-chief. But when I was running for office in 2003, I would have loved to have gone to a military base and met my old friends and made statements. Couldn't do it. And that's pretty much been Pentagon policy forever and ever and ever.
All right. Let me do this. I want to play this MoveOn.org's new ad for Obama, which is sort of, I think, kind of mocking of ads for certain drugs for sexually transmitted diseases. But this is an ad supporting Obama from MoveOn.org. Let's look.
I never thought it could happen to me.
I've been living with it for a while now.
I got it from her. I mean, this could happen to anybody.
Anybody?
I have hope. Hope.
That's true. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry. For 8 years.
We all thought it was gone, and now it's back.
Hope. It could happen to you.
This is your brain.
And this is your brain on hope. Any questions?
MoveOn.org political action is responsible for the content of this advertisement.
Jonathan, does this help Obama? This kind of ad?
I don't think so. I mean, I personally think it was a little dopey, but maybe there's some people who will connect to it. I don't think it has any particular political significance.
Yeah, General Clark, as a candidate, do you want these sorts of move-on ads out there, or do you want them to just sort of stay away?
Well, I think these 527s have been part of the American political scene now for the last few years. It's fine if they're out there. I know that there's an effort to get the funding focused inside the Democratic Party to work tighter on the issues and put it more inside the Democratic National Committee structure. So we'll just have to see. People want to express their views on issues, and this is a legitimate expression of issues.
And Brad, it was kind of funny, right? I mean,
not really. I think MoveOn should. No, I think MoveOn should keep these ads coming because we're going to remind people who MoveOn is. It's the George Soros operation who brought us last year the General Petraeus ad, a group that supports Obama.
I understand.
And Obama wants to be commander-in-chief and have people like that. Good luck
there are a
to
lot
him.
of groups that support John McCain that he doesn't necessarily want to have a lot to do with either, for campaign reasons. Anyway, all right. General Wesley
But
Clark.
the Democrats are joined at the hip with MoveOn.org.
Of course, and the Republicans are totally separate from any right-wing groups that put out ads. That's the beauty of being a Republican.
But not as vicious.
Right.
Not as vicious as they are.
Right, of course not. Right. All right. General Wesley Clark, Jonathan Alter, and Brad Blakeman. Thanks a lot. Coming up, John McCain complains that the media is too easy on Obama, but a new independent study